What's up, guys? Today I have $200 of nickels to go through. I'm hoping that I can get a couple more boxes again this week and maybe make this a 4-box hunt or 2 parts, but we will find out later. Anyway, like I said, I got $200. These were all rolled by the bank, and there is a lot of older dates on there for the enders. No proof, silver, buffalo heads, anything like that. I will start with this box. This roll broke open while I was putting them in the boxes, so I will bring you in on the first find. I am going to only show the 40s finds unless I find a key date 50. Just because we're going through 2 boxes. So here we go. Roll number 4. Kind of off to a slow start. This is the first find. We're going to have a 1940 Denver. So first find of the box. And nothing else. And I will take you back on the next find. Well, that box is done, and I had 1 from the 40s and 3 from the 50s. That was the worst nickel box I've ever hunted. So, hopefully the second one does better. I'll bring you back in on any 40s finds, and I'll probably add 50 finds into just to make the video a little longer. Well, I finished box 2 and didn't get one single find. So, that was unfortunate. I guess I'm going to have to grab a couple more boxes and make this a 4-box hunt. Maybe even a 6, depending on how the next boxes go. So, that was kind of a bummer, but we got a 1940, 1958, God, that looks like it might be a 1959. Had me for a second. And then another 1959. So, I will bring it back when I got 2 more boxes. Alright, I am back with 2 circulated boxes of nickels. A lot of older dates. Well, not dates, a lot of older faces, and not a lot of brand new looking enders, which is a good sign. So, hopefully we'll have more than 4 finds in these 2 boxes. And I think I'm going to make this the first video, and we're going to try to fill up this book, the 1938 to 1961, see how many we can do it in. So, yeah, and then we'll make a little series out of it. Kind of like what Rob's doing on Rob Finds Treasure, except we're not going to do all the way to the 90s. We're just going to do the 1938 to 1961. So we'll see how many we can fill that bad boy up with tonight. Alright, so we have our 4 finds from the last 2 boxes we did. And we're going to start with box number 1. And I will bring you back in on any 40s finds. Hopefully we don't have to add in the 50s to fill up time on this one. So, bring you back in on the first find. This is going to be roll number 1, and then we're going to go back and forth. So, roll number 1, we're going to have a 1946 Philadelphia. And I'm just going to glance through real quick and just see if we get another one in here. And it's not looking like it. But we're off to a way better start than we were last time, so bring it back in on the next find. Roll number 3, we have a 1947. Looks like it's going to be an S. This will focus. Yep. Second find of the box. No 50s yet. And I don't see any others. But We'll slide through quick. Nothing worth noting. Just laid this roll out. We're gonna have another 40s nickel. It's a 1946 Philadelphia. Third find of this box. That was roll number 5. I'll bring it back in if there's anything else in this roll. Roll number 14, and we have our, I think it's 5th find. 1948. That is going to be a D. So I'll set that there. I've just been filling the book little by, there we go, little by little as we go so it doesn't get so crowded up here. So once I get about 5 or 6 nickels up there, I throw them in the book. And then I will recap it at the end and figure out what we still need. Roll 16, and we have our next find. It is a 1940 Philadelphia. Roll number 18, and we have a 1941, our next find, and it's going to be a Philadelphia. It is pretty beat up, and I don't see any other ones in here. And if this would focus, we still got some chance for silver. Well, it was an ender, really beat up. It's a Philadelphia, but this is a 1939. Let me see if I can get it any more in the, there we go. So 1939, no chance that ever had a mint mark. But that was roll 20, and it's one for the buck. Roll 24, and we have another 1941, and no mint mark again. So another Philadelphia. But that's okay. Roll 29. We have another 1941. And it's going to be another Philadelphia. Roll 34. And we're going to have a 1942. That's not going to be a war nickel. So 1942 Philadelphia. And it doesn't look like there's anything in the little. Well, I was just clearing up some space, and I had pulled, where did I just set it? This one. And at first glance, I just looked at it quick, and I thought it was a 59. That's a 39. No mint mark, but that is a step up from that crusty, dusty one right there. So, yeah, I can't believe I missed that. But we'll take it. Roll 37. We're going to have a 1946 Philadelphia. And nothing else. I just opened it up. We have a pretty weird one up here, but you can't see it as good in the camera. But I'm pretty sure that's going to be a silver. So, let me try to set this down. Alright, you can see a little bit there. Just has that silvery look to it. Yep. 1945, Denver. Awesome, we have silver in the box. And we still have 12 rolls left after this one. So we'll put that there. Let's see what this is. This is an older version. It's just a 62. Alright, bring it back in on the next find. This is going to be darkly toned 1946. It actually has some pretty good detail on it. Didn't see any others, so bringing it back in on the next find, and that was the very next roll, so roll 39 I'm on right now. Same roll, about halfway through, we have a 1948. No mint mark. And that's just an 83. We have 7 rolls left, and we just got a 1949 Philadelphia. We pulled a couple 50s out the last few rolls, but it was the first 40 in a while. There's a 56 right there, 56 Denver. Roll 50. We have a 1940. And it is going to just be a Philly. And this one is just a 64. I don't think there's any other in here. So, done with box number, well, 3, I guess. So, let me get this cleaned up and we'll just do a quick recap. All right, so after 4 boxes, we have a little bit filled. Obviously, I'll upgrade these if we find better ones. And we have that 39, a few 41s, 46s, and then some 50s. So, looking pretty good. We have one more box to go through, and maybe we'll fill up a couple more. Well, we are on box number 2, roll number 8. And we have our first find. So it's been a little bit slower of a box, but we do have a 1946. And it is a Philadelphia. And just this one's 19, we'll keep that. That needs to go in the book. So hopefully this box starts to heat up a little bit now. There we go. A few rolls later, we have our second find of the box, a 1941. That's going to be a Denver. So hopefully this box starts picking up a little more. I will bring you in on the next find. Roll 24. We have a really beat up 1941. And I didn't see a mint on the back, so that's going to be a Philadelphia. Bring you in on the next find. Roll 25. Couple nickels in. We have a 1949 Denver. And the last roll had 4 50s nickels in it. So the box is starting to pick up a little bit, which is a good sign. So hopefully we'll get some good finds. Same roll, we're going to have a 1940. And that will be, that looks, oops, a 1940D. So, bring in on the next find. Since we're at the halfway point of this box, I'm going to take some of the finds we've got from it and just fill any empty spaces. Once I do that, I'll bring you in. All right, so we filled a few spots. We upgraded the 1940 Philadelphia. And yeah, otherwise we filled up the 60D, 61, 61D. Hopefully we'll find some nicer ones. But still have about halfway to go. Roll, oh, I think it's roll 29. We're gonna have, actually no, this is roll 30. We're gonna have a 1940, and there is no mint mark on the back. So, and we did get a couple more 50s. I'll bring you in on the next find. Roll 33, we have a 1949, and it's a Philadelphia. Roll 35, we have a 1947 Philadelphia. Well, I flipped this over already. We have 6 rolls left after this one. So I saw the S mint mark, so I flipped it over. And that is a semi-key date. It's a 1939 S. And we filled a spot in the book. So that is awesome. I also found in the last roll, and show it, but this really nice 1959. And there is some tape residue on the back, so I'm sure this was taped in the book at one point. But I'll bring you in on the next find. Well, you can probably see it. I just laid this roll down. This is the 4th to last roll. And we have a Buffalo. Let's see what it is. It is pretty beat up. It's going to be a 1927. No mint mark. That's awesome. Very same roll, and we have another 1939. This is a Philadelphia. But this box is really starting to heat up, and we only got 3 rolls left. Well, we just finished that box. It really did heat up at the end there, and we even got that Buffalo. But no silver, which is okay. I'm going to lay the book out, fill up any empty spots, and we'll come back for a recap. All right, got a couple more spots filled. I got a really nice reverse one up there. Still need about half the book, but it's filling up. So after 2 boxes, we're about halfway. I got that really nice 59D in there. Then the other finds are all sitting there. So yeah, 1 more nickel, 1 Buffalo, and then a bunch of 40s and 50s finds. So the first 2 boxes may have sucked, but the next 2 were pretty good. So I will be back with a couple more boxes in the next video.